Oh. This is so weird, like, guys, I'm trying to use the back camera because it's better quality than my front camera, but, like, it's weird because I can't see myself, so I don't know if y'all can see me. Anyways, I'm surrounded by books right now, so let's talk about them. Hey besties, welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are discussing my fall TBR. Now it is a long TBR, so I don't think that I'm gonna get through every single one of these books because I know that I'm gonna be adding more books to this TBR, and I know that I'm gonna want to read things that are not specifically in my fall TBR, so but this is generally what I want to play? What I want to read during the fall. Now, some of these are specific to fall in terms of which vibes and stuff like that, but some of these are just, in my mind, I want to read in fall because they're either a fantasy or they're a thriller or a darker romance, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, there's some books that are not on here that I will be reading in the fall just because, like I said, they're either fantasy or dark romance or thrillers. They're just not on this list. So I did separate these piles into genres. My highest pile is fantasy, and then I do have a romance, and then I have a mystery pile. So we're going to start with the shortest piles. So the first one is romance. I have 5 of them on here. I think that's a romance. Wait, let me Google this. Oh, never mind. That's a fantasy, so I'm going to put in the fantasy pile. Okay, I got 4 romances, so this is going to be easy to talk about. I'm not going to say what any of them are about because I don't know what they're about because I go into everything blindly. But, yeah. Okay, so the first one is The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I read The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston last fall, and I absolutely loved it. I rated it a 5. And I made it a Pinterest board for it because of how much I'm obsessed with it. So I have really high expectations for this one. Now, with The 7-Year Slip, I did have it on my fall TBR, but it's more like a summer book, not a fall book. I don't know why I said it was giving me fall, so that's why I read it last fall. But we'll see if I read it again this fall, because I do want to reread them every single year, but I kind of miss the opportunity to read it during the summer. So we'll see. But this one, obviously, it's giving fall because it's dead people, right? I don't know. The cover is just giving fall, okay? Next is What the Hex and Go Hex Yourself by Jessica Clare. Now these are very clearly fall books because it's a witchy vibe. I don't think it matters what order you read it in because I think like they're interconnected standalones. Yeah, I don't know. This one's enemies to lovers. I love witches. Everyone keeps calling me a witch. And then the last one in the romance category is Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I haven't read any Ali Hazelwood books like at all, so I'm kind of scared because a lot of people didn't like this one. They say that it's not her best work, so I'm just like, I'm nervous that I'm going to read this and then I'm going to be like, I actually don't like it and I don't want to read any more of her books. But I'm not going to make this make or break if I want to read more of her or not, because I do own other books by her. So yeah, it's giving fall just because, like, isn't it like a vampire werewolf type of thing, like Twilight? I don't know. I just know that it's a paranormal type of thing, so it's giving Halloween. Now I have the mystery genre. genre. Now, I googled like what genre these are, and it said mystery, so that's why I'm putting it in this pile. I only got 5. Yeah. So the first one is In the Hour of Crows by Dana Elmendorf. I don't know. I got this at Costco. It was only like $15, as you can see. So yeah. I don't know, my friend and I both picked this up and we were gonna buddy read it last fall, but we didn't end up doing that. So I'm very excited. It's also very short, so. And then the next ones are the entirety of the Inheritance Game series. I know this is not a part of the series, like it's another series in itself. I do have the other book, I think. I don't know if there actually is another book. Anyways, but it is technically a part of this series, so I'm adding it. Yeah, I don't know what it's about, but I know that there's a lot of mystery aspect to it because I think they're like solving puzzles or something like that. I could be so very wrong right now. I cannot tell you. I don't know, guys. But it's giving me fall vibes because it like the covers just kind of give me like dark vibes. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's giving me fall. So I'm excited to read this. I haven't read anything by Jennifer Lynn Barnes yet, and all I've heard is good things about her books. I know she just had a new release, like in her next series, like that's after this one. So I'm very excited to like read this, and then I can like get those books as well. I also really want to read what is it called? The Naturals series. That's what I want. But every time I think of that series is when I'm in Walmart because they have like the second book in that series there, but they don't have the other one. So I'm just like, and I search every single time because I want to buy the entire series, but they only ever have the second book, and so I never get it, and I never see it at the Indigo in my town. So anyways, next is fantasy category. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 books. It's actually going to be 18, 19, 20. Let's say 20. Because some of these are like series, but I just don't have the next book yet, but I will be getting them. So anyways. So the first one is definitely a fall read, no exceptions. I'm not reading it outside of fall, which is Bewitched by Laura Talisa. I butcher that name every time. Look at this cover. Yes. There's also another book right after this one that's called, what is it called? Bespelled as well. I really want that as well. But it wasn't at my Indigo at the time, so I'm gonna check to see if it's there this fall. Okay, the next two is just because they're kind of like a darker fantasy, so it's fall vibes to me, which is Legendary and Finale by Stephanie Garber. I read, what is it called? Caraval, I think last fall. Don't remember how long ago I read it, but I do really want to read the next two books because I also really want to read Once Upon a Broken Heart. That's not in this list just because that's more a winter thing in my brain for some reason. Don't question me, please, because I don't know, okay? But anyways, so yeah. These two books are giving me a darker fantasy vibe. If you guys read Caraval, you'll understand what I mean. But yeah, so I'm very excited about these. I guess these are also like kind of like a mystery type of thing, but it's more of a fantasy. Next is just because I'll explain after I show you. Anyways, A Court of Silver Flames by I almost said Elsie Silver for some reason, by Sarah J. Maas. Now I read the other 4 books in this series, which is the ACOTAR series. I read the other 4 books last winter, I believe. Um, I I didn't pick this up immediately after because it's in Nesta's point of view, and I'm always nervous when a point of view switches after so many books, so I tend to avoid things. And it's also like, look how thick that is. It's not on Kindle Unlimited, so I have to like actually read this book. Like, anyways, the reason why I chose this is not because it's giving me fall vibes. I mean, like, it's a fantasy, so any fantasy is read in the fall or winter for me. But the reason why I chose it is because I also really, really want to start Throne of Glass at some point before the year ends. So I need to read this in the fall to be able to also read Throne of Glass and Crescent City throughout fall and winter. So like, I'm gonna like my boyfriend is like really like pushing me to read it because like I keep saying that I really want to read Throne of Glass and blah blah blah, but I need to read A Court of Silver Flames first and whatever, and he really wants me to read Throne of Glass because he bought me that entire box set for Valentine's Day last year. So he's really like, get on it, get on it, get on it. And it's also on my 25, like the books I want to read in 2025. I did that video at the beginning of the year. So yeah, I really do need to get on it. I've just been avoiding it because it's such a big series. Anyways, next is Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. I read Shadow and Bone and Siege and Storm at the beginning of the year, I believe. So I really want to finish this trilogy because I also want to watch the show. This is also another thing that my boyfriend bought me, the box set of that trilogy, so he really wants me to read this one as well. But I want to read it in the fall because it's, again, like another darker fantasy. The next 2 is Assistant to the Villain and Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Meyer. I gotta take this sticker off. Guys, my nails prevent me from doing a lot of things. Anyways, I really want to read these 2 books because there's also going to be the 3rd book coming out at some point. I don't remember when. Oh, it literally releases today. Okay. So yeah, I also really want to read Accomplice to the Villain, which apparently releases today, which is August 5th. So I want to read all 3 this fall. Don't know what's giving fall to me, but it is. Next is like a witch vibe. So it's The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin. My boyfriend bought me this like 2 years ago, so he's been really on my ass about reading this one. So this is a priority read this fall. I mean, it seems intriguing, so I'm very excited about it. I don't know why I've been putting it off. But obviously this is fall because it's witches. The next 2 are also very fall vibes, which is The Coven and The Cursed by Harper L. Woods. I think there's only the 2, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, there's gonna be another one. The Damned. It's gonna be released in October. Okay, so apparently this is a 3-book series. There's gonna be The Damned that releases in October. So yeah, The Cursed and The Coven. This one's first. So look at these edges though. That's amazing. So yeah, I'm assuming it's about witches. The next 2 is One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillick. These are gothic fantasies, so obviously it's time to read it in the fall. I don't know why I keep flashing you guys crazy eyes, but I don't know. All I know about these is that it has something to do with tarot cards. Like, that's the magical part about it, is that there's tarot cards or whatever. Okay, this next one. Okay, I did read this. It's The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst. I did read this last fall. I mean, I listened to it. I rated it a 3 stars because I don't know. I shouldn't have rated it anything, actually, because I don't remember anything that goes on in this book. Because, like I said, I was listening to it, but I wasn't paying attention the whole time that I was listening to it, so I was very lost the whole time. So I'm going to give it another chance. I am going to reread it this year. I'm probably going to listen to it and also, like, read it at the same time, so I can give it a fair shot, because there is a new book called The Enchanted Greenhouse that is in this series that just released sometime this year, and I do want to get it and read it because I love the covers, but I'm not going to get it if I don't enjoy this book, so I'm going to give it a retry to give it a fair chance before I say I hate this book. Okay, this next one is The Wren and the Holly Library by K.A. Lind. I don't know. There's this one, and then there's also The Robin on the Oak Throne, which is the second book in this series. It did release in June. I just don't own it, apparently. I thought I bought it, but I guess I didn't. I don't know. But anyways, my friend and I had bought this because of the dedication. Well, also it's a stunning book, but the dedication is to the girls who fell for the library before the beast. Yeah, but look how stunning this book is, first off. So that's also another reason that we bought the book. And we also read the thing, but it took us a lot of convincing ourselves to get this book because it's $45. But we ended up getting it, and I still haven't read it. But I do want the next book as well, because I feel like I'm going to love this book. I don't have a reasoning why it's on my fall TBR other than the fact that it's fantasy. Okay, this next one is A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. Yeah, I don't know how I haven't read this book yet, but I absolutely love it. Like, look at these edges. And what does the inside look like? Like this? Yes. I do have the second book, is just hidden away over there. It's called A Theory in Dreaming, so I do want to read both of them. But if fairies and monsters were real, so were the women who defeated them. Oh, that's a sleigh. Yeah, I feel like I'm also going to love this book. Okay, last book on this never-ending TBR is The Master of Death by Olivia Blake. I don't know. It says death in the title, so that's why it's fall. Does that make sense? I don't know. There is a game that the immortals play. There is only one rule. Don't lose. Is this a mystery thing? I don't know. But I love the ends. Like, that's... yeah. This is about vampires, apparently. I don't know. I've also been putting off this book because a lot of people say that Olivia Blake, her writing is a little more confusing, and I'm scared because sometimes when I read, I am dumb. So, anyways, those are all the books that are on my fall TBR so far. There's 25 here, but I've talked about, I think, like 28 or something like that. Anyways, yeah, I'll let you guys know if I add more to this TBR. But for now, this is what it is, and I don't plan on buying more or adding more to this TBR, but never say never. That's it for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please comment what your fall TBR is looking like how many books you got on there, what books do you have, what genres do you guys enjoy reading during the fall, or if you guys are planning on reading any of these in the fall, that would be amazing. But yeah, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace!